What is up, Buck? I'm Doug with Dini in the garage, and I'm here in the happiest place on earth. Now it is 32 degrees and raining. There's a ton of mud because a foot of snow melted over the past few days. But it's like Granddad used to say about fishing, something about worst day of fishing and the best day at work. Anyway, our goal for today is to find a brake booster for a Jeep Grand Cherokee WJ. If you want to see a video on how to diagnose a bad brake booster and then remove and replace it, I'll leave a link up there in the corner. But today, I need to find one, and there are allegedly 5 99 to 04 Grand Cherokees for me to choose from. Let's go see if we can't find them. Alrighty, here we go with dub number 1. It's a 2004 Laredo, and what's so interesting about this one, somebody was putting new parts on her right before she came to the junkyard. Let's take a look. Here we got new pads and rotors. I won't lie, these drilled slotted rotors would almost be worth taking. They clearly haven't been on there very long. We also have relatively new shocks in the front. And these nice Skyjacker black Maxes in the back. I'm almost wondering if she doesn't have a lift kit in her, though these do look like stock sway bar links. Brand new A-arm up there. These look like relatively new lower control arms. They certainly aren't from 2004. Yeah, man, they redid the gas tank skid on this bad boy. I'll bet it had aftermarket taillights. That's why they're gone. Oh, and this one's got the key. So this would be a great one to take the key, the SKIM unit, which is underneath there, the ECM, and this passenger side door module. And then what you have is a total SKIM setup if you were to have a bad SKIM unit. If you don't know what I'm talking about with SKIM, I'll leave a couple links up top and down below. Security key, immobilization module. It's one of the things that goes bad and really ruins your day on these WJs. And I think most Dodges from this time period, right? Yeah. Alrighty, let's see what's under the ranch. Got our grill, very nice. And a pretty clean 4-liter, relatively new aftermarket alternator, probably a newer power steering pump. I don't know, nothing else looks too special. The throttle body's missing. I wonder if maybe it was a oversized throttle body. Oh, let's find something to prop this. Take a look at our brake booster, which kind of appears to be the one thing that wasn't changed on this. It's actually very rusty down here. Yeah, so we're gonna look at the other 4, see if they look any better. But if anyone needs cheap shocks or brakes for their WJ, Allentown's Harry's. Allentown, PA has them for you. Alrighty, friends, here's number 2. We're looking at a 2004, again, a Laredo. This one took a couple diggers. I don't know if that happened here or previously. Those are not 2004 wheels, which is very interesting. They didn't put those on 2004s. Just worth noting, somebody, I don't know, got them aftermarket. I don't think we're gonna find anything good on this one. This one is pretty well reduced. Gas tank's about to fall out at the next fill up. Oh, we got a good wood prop though. That's good, you like those. Let's see, how's this booster look? Can't barely even get to her. Nope, no better than the other one. And even though this one's, yeah, so this guy was throwing trail rated badges on it. Wonder if it's lifted. No, it doesn't appear to be lifted. It is select track, so let's double check the transfer case, make sure it's not a 242 HD. Let's see. It's not that. Yeah, 242J. Let's just take a minute to appreciate the beauty of this place. There's no other place like this on the planet. If you are, like me, monkey-brained, this is just perfect. Look at this Dakota. Look at this thing. Look at those wheel covers on it. This thing is nuts. 1988 Dakota with the ugliest Chrysler wheel covers I've ever seen. They're so ugly I might have to take them with me. God, talk about old school cool, man. Ooh, buddy. They just don't make them like this anymore. This truck's as old as I am. I was also born in 1988. Fun fact, same taillights that are on the Jeep Comanche. It's a pretty nice tailgate if somebody needed one though. Let's go back to this motor. Somebody was walking by, so I took a break. It's the 3.9 liter, and that's Holley throttle body injection. I don't think, was the 3.9, did it come with a stock Holley? I don't think so. Somebody put that on, I guess. I don't know. I'll have to do some research. Maybe I'll leave you guys some notes. But anyway, there's another decoder. Sport, that means it's probably got the 5.9 with a 5-speed. Oh no, it's a 3.9. I don't know what's sporty about a 3.9. Yeah, it's that stupid multi-port 3.9 they used for a while. I thought these sports were all 5.9s with the 5-speed. This one doesn't even have a 5-speed. There's nothing sport about this. Look at this thing. We're obviously gonna have to take a few minutes on this one. Clearly an 03 or an 04. My guess is 03 right now. Gonna have to figure out what all this is about. My dude was very comfortable with a rattle can and a vinyl printer. Some aftermarket, oh, some Steelies. Some 16-inch Steelies on good tires. Yep, I just found new wheels today. That's good. She's a 2004 Mark of the Beast. Now you gotta wonder, yeah, man, this guy had it all. Ooh, factory tow package. Let's see if it's a Select Track. Could be 242 HD. Ooh, it is Select Track with a factory tow package. Oh, dang it, so muddy. Ah, it is a, dang it, 242J. Alrighty. Ooh, she was blue to begin with. Yeah, I don't see anything special in here other than a incredibly strong smell of cigars. Hey, if anyone knows whose Jeep this was, leave me a comment. What? Wait a minute, what's going on? Oh, that's another one. I don't know if there's any way I cannot buy these wheels. These really nice 16 steel wheels. Oh man. These are Mopar Steelies. I have to buy these. I don't need to buy them. It'd really be better if I didn't buy them. I don't know how to not buy them right now. So I'm super confused. It's got Steelies on the back, Mopar Steelies, relatively new, with brand new tires. Where is it? 12/25. So those were put on these tires were made in December of 25. So they had to be put on sometime last month. I guess maybe the motor blew. Let's go see what's going on under the hood. It's a 4-liter, so I can't imagine the motor blew. It's got some good parts in here. Maybe the transmission blew. No, it looks really nice. Brake booster's decent, but it's pretty rusty under here too. I may end up buying a new booster. It's got new brake lines in it. Somebody did the brake lines relatively recently. Alrighty, friends, here is number 4. Probably the best booster we've seen, and probably the one we'll end up taking. But the real interesting thing on this 2004 with the 4.7 liter is it already had the valve cover missing. And when you are in the junkyard and you see a 4.7 with the valve cover missing, you already know what the situation was, and you can see it right here. This hydraulic lifter, focus you, there we go. This hydraulic lifter right here, is it focusing? Come on now. This hydraulic lifter right here failed. When the cam came around, it swiped the rocker arm out, which is now over here and jammed down in that corner. I'm sure I'm not focusing, but you get the idea. There's a bunch of carnage. Here's a little piece of the boss from the head, a little bit of the cast aluminum. I'm willing to bet most of the 4.7s that are not on the road anymore today, it's because of this. And the bummer is, all you have to do is do the lifter maintenance. Take out your old lifters, replace them with some new Melling lifters. I have a video on it that if I remember, I'll link up in the corner, but if not, just Google D&E 4.7 lifters. It's a pretty good video, if I may say so myself. I spotted number 5 over there. Let's take a good quick look before we decide if we're buying boosters, wheels, or both. Oh, here's number 5 in that lovely 90s green. Man, this color was everywhere in the 90s. Foresters, Eddie Bauer edition Fords. Someone working on the other side, so we're not gonna go crazy here, but the booster is pretty rusty. Probably the worst one that we've seen here, so we're gonna leave that. It does have a new master cylinder under it, which might be worth taking. But what I really wanted to show you guys, this is a 1999, and there's a dead giveaway for when they're a 99. If you're wondering about WJs, they only used this wood grain pattern in 99. They used the medium burl from 2000 on. Alrighty friends, here we are back at that 04 with the blown motor. We're gonna start getting down to the brake booster. See if we can pop it out, make sure it's in good shape. All right, ooh, this is coming with us too. That's a nice cap. We good? Alrighty friends, here's a fun story. We started this video in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Now we're in Utica, New York. I got the brake booster out and I was going back to grab the wheels and I got a call from my kids' daycare. And if you're a parent, you understand that the rest of my day did not go as planned. So it's a week later, Eric and I are in Utica.
Hello.
There we go. He's cameraman Danning it for us. We found this 2004 WJ, and wouldn't you know, the guy who used to own it, he just loved replacing parts. So I'm kind of glad I didn't get that one from Allentown, because right here, this guy had a brand new master cylinder on, you can probably see, as well as basically a brand new booster. So we're gonna bend this out of the way, and let's try to removerize this vacuum line, and then we're going to be in tall cotton, basically a brand new booster. No rust on her. Give me my brake booster. Oh, ha! I didn't disconnect it from the brake pedal.
I was wondering.
I forgot about the little clip in the back. That's why it's not coming. Holy Christmas. Life's hard and hard when you're stupid. All right. If you actually take all the hardware out, it comes out a lot easier. That's a pro tip you can use at home. There we go. Now, this is a beautiful unit. There's a little rust on the bottom here, but I'm putting it in to a Jeep that has 212,000 miles and recently dumped a bunch of bearing material out of the oil drain plug hole. So this is absolutely going to be good enough. $24 plus a $2 core beats the hell out of a $70 Chinesium unit off the old Slamazon there. Like I said, if you want to see a video on how to replace these, that'll be linked up in the corner. It's going to be next week's video. I need to get out of this snowy junkyard because it's cold. Alrighty friends, made it back to Jersey with my brake booster in tow. I didn't get those wheels from Allentown. I'm still kicking it around. They'll probably still be there. Outside of that, if you want to see the video where I'm going to diagnose, install, and then cut open the old brake booster to see what went wrong, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you liked this video, like the video, that's common sense. I have what is to me some exciting news. People who have been subscribers of the channel for at least, I don't know, 5-6 years, may remember at one point I had another channel called Doug vs. Carburetor. My main job, I fix small engines, so I figured why not make a small engine channel? Let's not messy up the Jeep channel. Anyway, I lost access to that channel like 3 years ago, and it has taken me 3 years of arguing and pleading with Google to get me back into it. But I'm happy to tell you, as of January 2026, I have access to DVC again. I'm going to be posting over there. I'll leave a link to it if you haven't checked it out and you like small engine content. It's similar to this, but small engines. Additionally, I want to note that I post much more frequently in the shorts format, both on Instagram and on YouTube. So if you like my long form stuff, maybe look for some of the shorts that I put out almost daily. And then as a final reminder, the third channel, the Dougmore. If you enjoy me and you like history, you may enjoy the Dougmore. I'm going to continue bumping that channel until it gets monetized as well. I appear to be in the business of collecting channels now. Kind of like the redneck Simon Whistler, eh? Well, guy can dream. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I cannot wait to see y'all on the next one.